Hello, evening.
Live link. Acha. 35
Dr.
minutes.
Kale, please inform me when to start, by
Yeah,
which we can
yeah.
start the things.
Ravan,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
do we mute our audio and video until the preliminaries are over?
Pardon, sir?
Do we mute our audio and video until the preliminaries are
Yes.
over? Yes. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, we all can, the videos can be turned on,
Okay.
but you all are requested to mute your audios
Okay.
until unless it is required to. Although
Okay.
I will request in between to all of you for clap.
Okay.
So in that case, you all can unmute and clap for the launching of our new chapter.
Okay.
So I'll request everyone.
Okay.
Dr. Kale, can we start? Because now you are live on YouTube.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We are live now. We have forwarded even the YouTube link. We are live on the YouTube also.
Okay.
I'll just forward the link so that if there are some who remain outside this limitation of Zoom, may be with us on the YouTube platform.
Okay. So, with the permission of all the office bearers, I extend a very warm welcome to our family, each and everyone, those who are present. I just want to mention that we have a culture where you will get ample of opportunities to grow your career and develop cordial relations with other people. Like today, I'm going to know many new people, and even the same with you. We have ELT has high hopes from you all, the new members, and expect to have you associated with us for a longer period. Without any further delay, with the permission of President of our association, we wish to launch the chapter of our new chapter through the uncurtailing of the logo of the chapter. Just give me a minute. Let me share the screen. And I would like to request each and everyone to clap while the video is played. So officially, formally, we welcome all the members of Satara chapter
Thank you very much.
Association. Now I would like to request Dr. Danadev Kale to welcome the delegates as well as all the office bearers. Dr. Kale, over to you.
Yes, sir. Yeah. At the outset, I welcome all the dignitaries from different nooks and corners of the country who have joined this auspicious occasion of inauguration of ELT Satara chapter. Today is one of the happiest days in my life, though I seriously feel nervous today. I don't know why, but I feel nervous because it was long back. in 2006, and my teacher and my guide, Dr. Gokhale, is here. He was the convener, coordinator of the refresher course at the Department of English, University of Pune. And there he had invited several dignitaries from the field. I think Professor Mohan Raj was also there at the department. And during the discussions with, Dr. Maya Pandey, one of the eminent scholars in English language teaching, she was also there. And she happened to be a mother of my friend. And we had a kind of discussion, and she had suggested me that why don't you join, if you are so interested in English language teaching, why don't you join ELTI? But then I was quite busy with other things, so I could not. But then when I joined the profession, the first thing that I dreamt of was ELTI chapter. But because of other businesses, it was slightly delayed. But in the last month, when all the teachers of Satara district came together for examination purpose, and we tried to develop question banks for our students, also for the university. And out of that, we developed a kind of repo, which finally resulted in founding of this chapter, Satara ELTI chapter. Today, I'm really very happy that most of the people that I respected and I revered are here to witness this inauguration session, particularly my teacher and guide, Professor Gokhale. He is there. In fact, he is my inspiration in my research in the field of English language teaching. That happens to be the area of my interest. Now, for this occasion, we have Dr. Sanjay Arora, the National President of ELTI, Dr. Shravan Kumar, National Vice President of ELTI, Professor K. Elango, National Secretary of ELTI, Dr. Ramkishan Bisse, National Joint Secretary of ELTI, Dr. Mangai Wilson, National Convener for Chapters at ELTI, Professor Satwali Mohan Raj. He is special envitee at the ELTI. Professor P.N. Ramani. He is editor of the Journal of English Language Teaching. And apart from that, he is a special invitee at ELTI. We have one more speaker, that is Dr. Vaibhav Sapnis, convener of Khandesh chapter. I welcome all these dignitaries. And apart from this, obviously, there are so many others. One of the best teachers that I have heard and been a student of, Principal Dr. M.A. Sheikh is also here with us. We are expecting some more guests, and all of them are there. One of the prominent personality, Dr. Ashok Karande. He is also a man of linguistics and English language teaching. He also has joined with us for this auspicious occasion. And there are some more. I cannot list out all of them, but all our office bearers and all the members of Satara chapter are here. On behalf of Satara chapter, I welcome you all, and without delaying any further, I hand over the program to Dr. Shravan Kumar for further processing. Thank you. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Dr. Kane. Although it is not needed to welcome the office bearers of ELTI, because they are very much part and parcel of now your chapter. So we are welcoming all the new members to our association. And before other proceedings, I would like to request Dr. Ram Krishna Bhisai to come and introduce the office bearers of all the members of this new chapter. Dr. Ram Bhisai.
Yeah. Thank you, Shravan sir. I welcome all the members of the ELTI Satara chapter. So the first, Professor Dr. Sunil Saban sir. He is a president for ELTI Satara chapter. Dr. Satish Saikar sir, he is a vice president for the ELTI Satara chapter. Dr. Arvind Jadhav, Secretary, he is going to work as a Secretary. Dr. Sachin Kamble, Joint Secretary. Dr. Ujwala Tathe ma'am as a Treasurer, and Dr. Namdev Kale sir is the chapter convener. So I request the chapter, the core committee of the entire Satara chapter, please introduce yourself in 1 minute. First, Dr. Sunil Sawant sir.
I, Dr. Sunil Sawant, currently the president of the Satara chapter of English Language Teachers Association of India, am a member of Academic Council of Shivaji University, Kolhapur. I'm a professor and head in the Department of English of Kishanvir Mahavidyalaya Y. I have solely edited the book titled Translation Studies, Theories and Applications, published by Atlantic New Delhi in 2013. I have also translated 3 books from Marathi into English: Rajarshi Shahu Chhatrapati Life and Work, Footprints of Culture and Winds of the Sahyadri. To mention only 2 other publications, my research papers titled Revolutionary Struggle as a Counterpoint to Colonial Domination, Marathi translations of Upton Sinclair and John Steinbeck, and From the Colonial to the Anti-Colonial, Marathi Reception of American Literature, presented in the international conferences organized in Melbourne, Australia and Manchester, UK respectively, have been published in the New York-based Translation Journal in 2009 and 2012. I have completed 2 major research projects entitled American Literature in Marathi Translation, a study in literary reception in 2011, and the Experimental Theatre of Maharashtra, a study in translation, history and culture in 2015, with the financial assistance from the University Grants Commission, New Delhi. 7 PhD and 9 MPhil students have successfully completed their research under my supervision. It is my proud privilege to mention that I have been honored with 2 prestigious awards: Barrister P.C. Patil Best Teacher Award 2008, Shivaji University, Kolhapur, and Granth Mitra Dr. Shivaji Rao Chavan Research Award of Sahitya Kala Vikas Pratishthan Satara in 2016. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. Satish Saikar, sir, Vice President of Satara chapter. Please introduce in a brief.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Satish Saikar. I teach in DP Bhosle College, Koregaon. I have been teaching from last 3 years. I have been teaching PG classes as well. I have completed my PhD in 2015 from Shivaji University, Kolhapur. Completed 1 major research, minor research project, and published 2 books. Contributed 2 articles to the edited books. I have organized 1 international conference as a coordinator, and being organizing secretary, I had organized 4 national conferences and edited almost 4 proceedings of national and international conferences. This is a very small work I have done so far, because we have miles to go before the end. So this is only the start of my work. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. Arvind Jadhav, sir, Secretary of Satara ELT chapter.
Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Arvind Jadhav. I am Assistant Professor at Yashwantrao Chavan College of Science, Karad. About my qualifications, I have done my Masters in English Language and Literature from Shivaji University, Kolhapur. I have qualified NET in consecutive year. Then I have also completed my Masters in Linguistics from Annamalai University, Tamil Nadu. And then I have qualified NET in Linguistics also. After that, I have completed 1 course in German language. And I have also completed PhD in Cognitive Semantics from Deccan College Postgraduate and Research Institute, Pune. I have published some of the research papers in the journals like Indian Literature by Sahitya Academy, Delhi, and some other research papers. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. Sachin Kamble, Joint Secretary for ELT Satara. Is Kamble sir is there? Okay.
No, yeah, probably he's not there.
Okay, so I request Dr. Ujwala Thate ma'am, the treasurer for the Satara ELT chapter. I request her to give a brief introduction.
Good evening, respected office bearers of ELT and delegates of ELT Satara chapter. I'm Dr. Ujwala Thate, Associate Professor in English Literature in Mahila Mahavidyalaya, Karad, Maharashtra State. I'm in this profession for last 27 years. I have done my doctoral research, I have done my doctoral research in children's literature. My doctoral study is on female protagonist in Canadian children's writer Lucy Montgomery's juvenile novels. MPhil in African American literature. The author under study was Toni Morrison. Besides, I have completed a UGC-sponsored minor research project on impact of children's literature on the development of children, age group 11 to 15. My areas of interest are children's literature, Afro-American literature, and new literatures. I'm associated with Bhasha, which is based in Pune, the Center for Preservation and Enhancement of Regional Languages, and other professional and academic associations. Apart from this, I'm also engaged in social activities. I'm a community advisor. I'm on community advisory board of NARIM, an institution that is engaged in HIV/AIDS research. Glad to be part of ELT. Looking forward to wonderful programs on this platform. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ujwala ma'am. Now I request Rivon or Nando Kalesa, please briefly introduce. He is the chapter.
Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Nandev Kale, a student of Dr. Gokhale. I pursued my MPhil with him and successfully got the degree in 2009. Then I did the PhD with Dr. A.Y. Shinde. He is also with us in 2015. I have published almost 21 research papers with a special focus on ELT. And apart from that, my special work, my devotion, my passion is no grammar approach. So far I have published 2 books on the same, a workbook and a book on no grammar approach. Apart from that, I've been busy with teacher training programs at the primary as well as secondary level. And so far, I mean, during the lockdown period, I have successfully trained almost 57 primary teachers and got a very good feedback from them, getting personal messages and everything else. So that's all that I would like to put it here. Thank you so much.
Okay. Now Shravan sir will.
Okay, so thank you, Dr. Ram, for taking care of this introduction part. And once again, on behalf of the team members of English Language Teachers Association of India, we would like to extend our warm welcome to you all new office bearers as well as the members. And we consider that your presence in the team will support the team and its objectives. I hope you all know the objectives. And if you know, this English Language Teachers Association of India is also known as ELT. And I say ELT is equal to let's tie and untie the boundaries of learning. So to know further, I would like to request our president, Dr. Sanjay Arora.
Sir, you are muted. Sound.
Hello. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Ram, didn't I say anything?
No, it's okay now. Yeah.
Okay, somebody has muted me. Anyway, it's a part and parcel of nowadays our life due to new normal. So I would like to request our president, the guiding force of all the activities and the flag bearer of our association, Dr. Sanjay Arora, to say few words and to welcome our new members. Sanjay sir, over to you.
Thank you, Shravan. First of all, at the outset, I would like to congratulate Professor Sawant and Dr. Kale, and also all the members of ELT Satara chapter for the formation of the chapter, and also for this organizing this inaugural function or web inaugural of the chapter. So I would be really happy to see this chapter grow and come up, because we have seen that chapter start and gradually the momentum dies out. That it's going to go ahead and work for the healthy growth of the as the association. I can assure you that now that you're a part of a large family of 45,000 members, and yours being so I can say that as an institution, right, also ensure that you conduct your activities more regularly. From the first week of May, after the lockdown happened. So we have conducted webinars on various topics in language literature for students, teachers, researchers, and got an overwhelming response on that. So before I go ahead, I would like to share the starting of ELT Rajasthan chapter, because two chapters to start. I'm from ELT. I'd like to share how we started with our chapter. It was way back in 2009 that we started with this chapter, with around 60 members who were life members. And thereafter, we went on to touch more than 250, a strength of more than 250 teachers. Some of them were annual members, short-term members, but 60 plus members were life members. As a result of that, even after 11 years of the inception of the chapter, we are going strong. We have conducted 6 international conferences, more than 25 workshops, 5 webinars during the lockdown. So it's all because initially we ensured that those members who are actually committed for a cause should join, instead of just adding on to the number. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Should I continue?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Continue.
Okay. So we need to, as the office bearers of ELT Satara chapter, I would suggest all members, all the office bearers to keep motivating your members, and also ensure that the younger members get more opportunities so that they remain connected. Because for all the events that we're going to conduct, the younger team is going to be of great help. So try to keep tapping the young potential there. So after sharing this journey of ELT Rajasthan chapter, I would like to tell you that ELT as an association, it has this goal to ensure creation of highly capable, talented, and diverse body of teachers and students by providing support for academic enrichment and their growth. One of the greatest strengths of ELT is the diversity of teachers who are associated with the association, which Dr. Shravan also shared in the initial address. And this number has kept on soaring over the last few years. We are blessed to have seasoned and senior professors whose expertise we keep cashing in on. So we We have almost members from all corners of the country, north, east, west, south. We have scholars, teachers from schools, colleges, and universities. So that is how we have been growing. And it is because of the commitment and support of the members that Keltai continues to sustain even after 50 years of its starting. We celebrated our 50th Golden Jubilee in 2019 in Dr. Shravan's University, Amity, Noida. So the motto is to work incessantly for creating academic opportunities for all our members and not get into any politicization of things, because at times we've seen that once this thing gets in, the academics take the back seat. So I would like you people to try to remain focused on the academic events. And I'll finally emphasize that we should dream big, work consistently, and engage with all our members on a regular basis. And this is how we can embrace all the challenges that come our way. So I congratulate ELT Satara chapter and once again wish the chapter to become academically vibrant in the coming days. All the best. Thank you. Over to you, Professor Garlick.
Thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful words and letting us know, like the new members, what we are doing. And I believe the history paints us a detailed picture of how society, technology, and government, and above all, our association, worked way back, which you have very, very beautifully you have described. And now I would like to request Dr. Rambhise to come and talk about the history, what we are doing within a minute, and just let others know how ELTA is growing and working for continuous professional development. So, Dr. Ram.
Thank you, Shravan sir. So it is said that be bold when you lose, but be calm when you win. Changing the face can change nothing, but facing the change can change everything. So at the outset, I would like to state that I am proud to be an LTIan. On behalf of LTI, uh, I welcome you all. I welcome all English Language Teachers Association of India, its core committee members. And first of all, I congratulate Dr. Nandev Kale, the chapter convener, President, Satara chapter, Dr. Sunil Sawant and their whole team for taking an initiative to start a chapter in city like Satara. Okay, the city Satara itself has a great history. So Satara was, those who are not aware about it, so Satara was the capital of Maratha kingdom, which was spread over 14 lakh square kilometer. And this land has a rich heritage. And several great warriors, saint, great personalities like a king, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj are from the same land of Satara, who created a permanent footprint in history with their noble work. So uh, before starting with the history, okay, our association has had a humble beginning and now has grown into one of the largest professional association of teachers in the world. Just like a tiny seeds becomes in the course of time a big banyan tree. So you may wonder how this happened. Well, it is quite an interesting saga. So it is interesting to note that that our journal started first and our association much later. Why and how it happened? As early as 1965, the Journal of English Language Teaching, JELT, the first of its kinds in our country, was published, and thanks to the one of the well-known educationists of that time, the late Padma Shri Natarajan. He was he was really wanted to start a professional association of teachers of English, but he knew that teachers would not join it paying some subscription without an incentive. So he decided to attract the teachers by giving them a free copy of journals if they joined English Language Teacher Association once it was started. So it is said that alone we can do a little, but together we can do a much. Okay, after this, 3 years later, in 1969, Mr. Natarajan started the English Language Teacher Association of India, ELT, and it started with only 6 members and all belonging to one city, Chennai. And it has grown into fairly a big organization with nearly 5,000 members and 50 chapters spread across all over the country and collaboration with 9 countries. Uh, so associations like Bangladesh, South Korea, Malaysia, Nepal, Sri Lanka, China, Cambodia, Philippines, Vietnam, and in future for ELTI, the sky is the limit for the organization, and it is a long journey of 50 years. ELTI has interacted with several eminent scholars, both in India and outside. The largest network of teachers of English in India, which is also an associate of ITFL UK, English Language Teachers Association of India. Okay, so it was founded in 1969 by late Padmasri S. Natarajan, a noted educationist, and the association has set itself the target of reaching at least 10,000 members with 100 chapters by 2025. So reaching out the remote places to make English language teaching and learning achievable by anyone who desires it. So no one can whistle a symphony. It takes a whole orchestra to play it. So it's the responsibility of every member. So uh, there are so many things you can take advantage from the ELTI. ELTI is an associate of ITFL. So ITFL is an international association of teachers of English as a foreign language and has been linking, developing, supporting English language teaching professionals worldwide. So as an associate of ITFL, we are able to provide a fixed number of subsidized memberships to the world organizations, to our members. Almost every year, a member is sent to attend ITFL conference with some financial assistance from the ELTI. There are some online discussion forums, so opportunities for our members to interact with one another and also give them updates about the associations are provided by our Google group discussion forums. A member of computer technology, ELT, SIG special interest groups to have got a separate online forum. Also, ELTI has now the collaboration with the British Council. So British Council has been also collaborating with us in a range of our activities for a number of years now. It provides plenary speakers for our annual conferences. Along with ITFL and Hornby Trust, it has provided supports to us in carrying out successfully our projects on virtual learning, mobile learning, and it has also sponsored an LTI members to attend ITFL annual conference during some years. So LTI and textbook production, the latest venture of LTI has been in a textbook production in collaboration with Cambridge University Press, a series of textbooks in English called Monsoon for use in CBSE schools from classes 1 to 9 are produced under the project coordinatorship, Dr. Shravan Kumar. We also bring out the Journal of English Language Teaching bi-monthly, and it is given free to all members of the association. Again, our consultancy services offer teacher training package, organized bi-monthly meetings on current ELT themes relevant to Indian context. We host annual conferences, regional conferences on specific areas relevant to ELT scenario today. So delegates from all over the country as well as the world outside participates in them, present papers and conducts workshop. Uh, so the ELTI has begun a modest body and it today a force to reckon with in the country among teachers of English. It has in its fold teachers from all levels at present with 50 chapters in India and collaboration with English Language Teacher Association in 9 countries. So in future, the sky is limit for the associations. So
Thank
this is all about the ELT. There is a long history, so we cannot complete it in a few minutes. But at the end, I just once again I congratulate Satara chapter for taking the initiative. Definitely, you are going to benefit a lot from this. Okay, you will come to know after some days. Okay, so at the last, I want to say, coming together is beginning, keeping together is the progress, and working together is a success. So that is all about the history of ELT. Thank you very much. Now over
Thank
to
you, Dr.
Shravan sir.
Bhusle. Thank you so much. We were expecting the history of ELT, and you have showcased the future of ELT also. And it's just because of the small steps taken by us. And due to these steps, now today we have 56, including Satara chapter, we have 56 chapters across the country. So what the chapters are doing and how they are being operated, I would like to request Dr. Mangai, national convener of ELT, to come and say few words. Dr. Mangai. I believe Dr. Mangai is not. Dr. Mangai, are you here? Yes.
He is not. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And
Thank
may I
you,
please humbly
Dr.
request you,
Shravan.
Dr. Mangai, may I please humbly request you to wrap up your speech. I know you need to speak and you can speak a lot, but please speak within allotted time period. My humble request. Over to you, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Dr. Shravan. Good evening to one and all present here. I'm so happy to be part of this virtual inaugural ceremony of Satara chapter. Congratulations to Dr. Kale and all the office bearers. You know very well the chapters, the all 55 chapters, the 56 Satara are our backbones. You are our pillar of support, and all the chapters are active. They do a lot of networking, and each day they talk to teachers, school teachers, and college teachers. They come up with innovative methodologies, techniques, and everything, and they share it through our platforms. We have a Facebook platform, we have all the other social media platforms, and we have Google groups too. Make use of that opportunity, collaborate with all the chapters, and I hope your chapter would immediately begin with something or the other innovative programs. Come up with those innovative programs. Each day think of something and try to bring in more teachers into our fold. We have nearly 600 districts in India. We have started with a humble beginning with 6 members. Now we are more than 5,000 members. Our future vision is in 2025, it's 10,000. But our vision, my vision, is to have chapters in each district of India, that is 600. With that, I would like to end. Let's hope for that 600 chapters in India. Thank you. Have a nice evening.
Thank you, Dr. Wilson. Thank you so much. And thank you for encouragement to go ahead and to get the 600 chapters. And I'm very much sure the people like Dr. Kale, Dr. Sawant, and the conveners of these new chapters, definitely we are going to achieve that target. And because we need to play as a team, a unit. So while playing in a unit, we need to learn, we need to make others learn, and how we are doing so. As you all know, the conferences are catalysts for change. So the conferences which we are organizing, how we are doing so and what are we doing. May I please request Dr. S. Mohan Raj, a person who is always ready to serve, to cater any kind of service for the sake of ELTI's growth. Sir, May I please request you to come and say a few words about the conferences?
Thank you, Dr. Shravan. Congratulations to the Satara chapter, Professor Sawant, Professor Kade, and all the colleagues. Now, each chapter can have a variety of activities, and conferences are just one among them. And along with conferences, you can have seminars, workshops, or talks by expert people. Now, what does a conference involve? It involves a lot of work. In the first place, you have to choose a theme, and that theme has to be selected fairly carefully, because it has to be contemporary, it has to be relevant, and it has to be something that can be practical, something that can be applied back to our teaching, something to take home. This is an extremely important thing. And having done that, you have to produce what is called a concept paper as far as the conference is concerned. What are the objectives of the conference? What are the possible themes and sub-themes? And if these are the themes and sub-themes, how can we organize this entire conference in terms of keynote addresses, plenary sessions, parallel sessions? And once we have parallel sessions, how are we going to invite papers as far as the parallel sessions are concerned? And do we give a deadline, and do we have a team to scrutinize the papers, or do we accept all the papers? Now, this is some sort of a work that each one of you should be fairly comfortable with, and you should plan it very carefully. I would certainly say planning is an extremely important thing as far as conference is concerned, and it cannot happen with a single person. And it's advisable that you collaborate with one more chapter, or at least a larger audience, so that you have a larger committee, so that your work becomes easy. This is one thing I would like to say. The second thing I would like to talk about is, when you choose a topic, the topics can be relevant to college teachers, the topics can be relevant to school teachers. Keep this in your mind, and keep the two types of conferences or seminars fairly distinct, because if you invite school teachers for a college conference, maybe they will feel left out, and vice versa is also quite possible. So you have to be careful as to who your possible attendees are. But we would appreciate your involving the school teachers as well, and conducting conferences for the school teacher. And then finally, I want to talk about the type of expenses. The expenses will have to be met out of chapter funds. Now, what are the expenses that are involved? You have to think of resource persons, some sort of an honorarium for them. Sometimes you may have to pay for their travel. You have to develop posters, banners, etc. You have to hire a hall, furniture. You have to think of hospitality in terms of food, tea, snacks, etc. You have to think of a lot of stationery is required, and you will have to print certificates, invitations, etc. And there are quite a few expenses which we will not be able to foresee. And for all this, you can find a sponsor. There are generous people, and Satara is a very rich district, I know, sugarcane growing area, rich sugarcane growing area, and it's not difficult for you to find sponsors. You can find sponsors in businessmen, publishers, and philanthropists. If you plan properly, and we are all here with you to support you and to help you, I think you will have a wonderful journey, a very successful and a long journey. Wish you all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for letting us and others know how to organize and conduct the conferences. Dr. Ram Bhise was talking about our association. Then he mentioned that the journal JELT came into existence earlier before our association. I remember a quote of Jen Williamson, and it says, journal writing, when it becomes a ritual for transformation, is not only the life changing, but life expanding. And due to this, today we are expanding slowly and reached 56 chapters. So the importance and how we are contributing, Dr. to come and say a few words. Dr. Ramani?
Yeah. I didn't hear the last few words because there was some disturbance.
No, sir, I didn't say anything. I simply said, because I'm not saying anything, I'm
Kale sir, can you mute other members? Kale sir.
simply requesting you all.
Yeah.
It again, Ram?
No, I request Kale sir to mute other members because I think there is a between disturbances in between. So that's why there is confusion with you.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll do it.
Yeah, yes.
Sir, Ramani sir, I was simply setting a background for you, saying that journal writing only for life changing, but for life expanding, and that's why we are trying to expand. Sir, over to you.
Thank you, Shravan. At the outset, I would like to congratulate Professor Kale and his colleagues in taking the bold step of starting a new chapter in Satara. Wish them all very well. And somebody said, as Professor Sanjay Arora said, the chapter can increase the membership to a couple of hundreds, even more than that. So I will say very, very briefly a few things about the journal. Ram mentioned that the journal was started 4 or 5 years earlier than the association. True. We celebrated the Golden Jubilee issue. We brought out the Golden Jubilee issue of the journal at the time of the 2015 conference. The journal, as all of you know, as academics, publication of research articles in reputed journals is a kind of requirement. It's a prerequisite for career advancement. So from that point of view, the journal will give you plenty of opportunities to report the findings of your research, even small-scale research projects, short experiments, report the findings, and get the views of the readers so that you can improve upon the methodology, the research design, and do the experiment on a larger scale and report the findings later. So this is a continuous process. Doing research is a continuous process. These days, research skills are being fostered in children, even at the school level, starting from the primary level. So I don't have to say how important research skills are. Even in this information overload society, unless we have the research skills to be able to analyze, evaluate, find out to what extent some material that we read is useful to us or not, we want to be able to increase our knowledge base and synthesize what we read into our pre-existing knowledge. A couple of things. The journal was started, as Ram mentioned, as a forum for members of the association to express their views, ideas, and share their experiences of teaching English as a second language in schools primarily, and then colleges and universities. But while setting submissions to the journal, any journal for that matter, you need to follow what are called submission guidelines, manuscript submission guidelines. Every journal will have its own set of guidelines for authors to prepare their manuscripts and to submit them for consideration to be included in the journal. You may access the submission guidelines of our journal from the ELT website. So submission guidelines are there. Please go to the submission guidelines. They are elaborate and very comprehensive, and they tell you how to select the topic, how to focus it, how to develop it, how to make in-text citations, how to give references at the end, what kind of style format you need to follow. Everything is given there. Earlier, we used to request authors to send their photographs along with the manuscript, and then a declaration to state that the work submitted was original and it had not been sent for publication to any other journal. This is a common practice with every journal, because by the time your article is considered for publication in our journal, if it gets published elsewhere, then it leads to problems, complications. My only request to the members of Satara chapter and all the others who will be watching this video will be to follow strictly the guidelines given for submission of manuscripts. Very often the problem we face as part of the editorial committee arise from the fact that even simple language check is not made. You have in the Microsoft Word feature called spelling and grammar check. You can at least do that. And secondly, make sure that the manuscript has already been gone through, read by at least one of your colleagues who is a friend. Friend in the sense is not afraid of giving criticism for improvement, who doesn't believe only in praising whatever you have written, but gives constructive, valuable suggestions for improving the manuscript. So if the authors do this language editing and making sure that whatever you are saying in the article makes sense, you say what you intend to say, then a lot of problems in accepting your articles for publication will be over. One final point, all of us as English teachers teach our students how to write paragraphs, how to write essays, how to write reports, things like that. But some of us, tend to overlook this when we write articles ourselves. So every paragraph that you write in the paper should have one controlling idea, and there should be connectivity, logical connectivity, within paragraphs and across paragraphs, so that the paper reads logically well, it reads coherently, and the sentences, the ideas are also connected in terms of logical devices and linguistic devices. So the bottom line is that please check your manuscript for language, for style, for organization, and for following the format of in-text citations and references. And then you'll have greater chances of your articles getting accepted for publication. You can access the last few years' issues of the journal from our website. Go to the journals menu and then print, and then click on Journal of English Language Teaching. They're all listed according to the year. So most recent ones, you'll find them in 2020, then 19, 18, 16, 17, and so on. I think from 2014 onwards, we have back issues. So this is another thing I would like the authors to do. Go through some of the articles which have already been published in the journal to have an idea of what kind of articles are preferred or welcome, by the editorial board. That will give you an idea of what to focus on in your own writing. God bless you all. I wish all the members of Satara chapter, both present and future members, the very best in their life, in their academic life and professional life. God bless you again.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. And again, gave some knowledge how to write a research paper, which is a continuous process. Before I go ahead, may I please ask, like you can answer, any one of you can answer, except the office bearers. ELT is organizing a series of webinar this Sunday. Can you please tell the number of session, which session we are going to organize? And I'm giving you the option, 25th, 30th, 35th, and 27th.
27th.
Wow. Wow. It means we all are keeping a track what we are doing. As you know, the world we have created, and it is a process of our thinking, and it cannot be changed without changing our thinking. During this pandemic, we all need to adopt the new normal approaches. And one of the new normal approaches was the webinars, the web of knowledge. Every Sunday, every day, here and there, all we are getting to know that there is this webinar, that webinar, but we tried our level best to give good sessions under the ELT webinar series. And how we are doing so and what kind of webinars and sessions we are producing. May I please request Dr. K. Ilango, the person you can see everywhere for the conduction and for the growth of organization, to come and say few words. And I humbly request to say few words. Sir, over to you.
Thank you, Shravan. I follow your comment. Just a few words. The term webinar, which was not known to many just a few months ago, has become a commonplace term. We also don't want to lag behind. We started webinar from May onwards, and we are into, as it was pointed out, 27th webinar come 1st November. We have webinar on all 4 Sundays of the month. The first Sunday, we have webinar exclusively for school teachers. You might wonder why exclusively for school teachers. The reason is the school teachers are not really interested in theoretical underpinnings. They want to know how something is done in a classroom context. They want to be very, very practical. So we thought that we could have exclusive webinars for the school teachers, and it follows the workshop mode. And coming Sunday, we have webinar on questioning skills, something that we need to develop among young children as early as they are at the primary level. So that's the webinar that we are going to have on November 1st. Second Sunday is meant for all teachers, right from primary to university level. It mostly deals with the theoretical aspect of English language teaching. And we invite resource persons, not only from our country, any part of the globe. We did have some international speakers. By international, I mean, speakers from other countries, other continents as well. So my request to the Satara chapter is that to identify resource persons, we need to give the best. Now that we have webinar everywhere, webinar fatigue has set in. So I don't think that we need to yield ourselves to such a fatigue. The success lies in identifying the best resource persons, identifying the newest area, and giving to our members. So I would request the Satara chapter to identify the resource persons in any part of the world and come up with interesting ideas. Third Sunday is meant for all the students across the disciplines. When I say students, it is graduate, undergraduate students. We are not really including the school children. So it's meant for the students across the disciplines. And the students are really interested in things like, cognitive skills, otherwise called soft skills, life skills, study skills. These are skills that they're interested in. And this is not something that we are doing new. It's been done in several places, but we thought that this is something that we need to focus on and really enable the students to, possess these skills. And fourth Sunday, we have it for literature students. I'll give you an example why we are focusing on literature students. In a state like Tamil Nadu, for instance, we have got about 10 science and arts colleges without even a single teacher. And they're going to write their first semester examination in the month of December. One wonders how they are going to manage it. For such students, I think there is a need for us as professionals to cater to. And what are the areas that we are looking at? In November, 4th Sunday, we are going to have the webinar on Louise Gluck. All of us know that she got the Nobel Prize. The announcement was made just about a month ago. And we also try out a different kind of formats. We don't want to follow the same format for all the 4 webinars in a month. The new format that we are trying to follow for this particular webinar is that, we have some video clippings. The poet herself reads out our poems. There are some interviews, there are some critics commenting on our poems, and we'll have resource persons to have discussions on these things. Likewise, every webinar we try and have a new kind of a format. So with this, I must say that we are trying to reach out to the entire country, both the stakeholders, the teachers as well as the students, and reach the last student, the last teacher in our country. We have an interesting topography in our country. There are places where absolutely there are no resources. Even though there is an information explosion, there are people who are starving for information, starving for knowledge, starving for wisdom. I think ELTA is targeting such a section of the people. The maximum attendees that we had for the webinar so far was 1,700, and with the support of Satara chapter, I'm sure that we'll be able to cross 2,000 maybe in a month or so. With this, let me wish the Satara chapter to become the best chapter in our association. Wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, sir. And as you rightly mentioned, that we need to focus on the activities and the data detoxification. This we need to do with the help of our ELTI webinar series. So for this, we need to focus on the journey, not the destination. And we all know joy is found not in finishing an activity, but in doing it. So what kind of activities we can organize in our chapters, and how we can involve all the members for entire session and everywhere, wherever we want. So may I please request Dr. Vaibhav Sabnis, one of the chapter heads, and again, the chapter is very active chapter. So it's very tough, although Dr. Elango has given the wishes to Satara chapter to become best chapter, but all the chapters are doing their best. So one of the best chapters, Dr. Vaibhav Sabnis, please come and talk about the types of activities which can be conducted in any chapter. Dr. Vaibhav.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shravan. Good evening to all office bearers and dear participants of this uh, meeting, this inaugural session. First of all, I extend my congratulations to Satara chapter. It is another chapter here, and I'm very happy that there is one more chapter in Maharashtra. So I feel really proud to be associated with ELTI and now ELTI Satara chapter. I feel really blessed to be the part of ELTI because it is a great learning experience for me. I learned so many things, and under the guidance of all office bearers who are very kind and cooperative all the time, we have conducted so many activities. So when we talk about activities, we have conducted activities which are student-centric, which are teacher-centric, which are housewives-centric. So this is how we have conducted many activities. Shravan sir, you want to say something? None. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Our agenda is four-point agenda: collaborate, coordinate, cooperate, and communicate. So this is how we try to find out the areas, and we found that the students from English medium schools, etc., speak or they communicate quite finely. But what about the tribal students, rural students? So we living in Dhule, that is northern part of Maharashtra, we try to focus on that. And with that zeal and enthusiasm, we prepared an annual calendar, different activities, state level, regional, district level, activities in the form of workshops, seminars. And we began in 2017 with a wonderful, very successful workshop, national level workshop on continuous professional development. And this has been the core theme of activities. Thereafter, we conducted many spoken English workshops for tribal students, for the prison dwellers even, and tribal rural students. We conducted activities at girls' hostel, tribal government hostel. So besides this, we conducted many competitions, and of course, there were issues regarding the funds and all, but we used to charge very minimum fees. We used to invite a resource person who was not very hungry financially, who would not charge much. And this is how we generated funds also. We got some funds from different philanthropists also, and we conducted the activities like the elocution competition, the storytelling competition, enacting scenes of drama. So there were activities for school students, college students also. Unfortunately, we didn't get overwhelming response from the college students. and even the lecturers or college teachers, but we got better response from the school teachers and the school students. So we shifted our attention towards this. It was sort of shifting the focus from the college teachers to school. And, we empowered our own people, the chapter members, to become the resource person. So we groomed them, and that saved our money too. They got an opportunity, they got an honor also. And this is how we could manage so many things. And as we planned, we did these all activities. We conducted webinars recently on the topics like how to write a research paper. And even the primary teachers, they felt delighted listening to these lectures, and some of them have registered for PhD. We have so many research guides in our chapter, so we are trying to groom even the guides about latest styles of referencing, etc. And we are motivating others also to undertake research in different areas. So thank you, Shravan sir, for giving me this opportunity. Once again, I congratulate Satara chapter and looking forward to collaborate with you too. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sabnis, and please don't thank us, because this is the motto and vision of our association for the professional development. Let's grow together. So there is no need to say thanks. And now I believe we all have said too much. Many things we have said. And there are, I can see 46 members in the meeting. So I must say, there must be some questions you can ask, because we tried to find out some registers on which we tried to give some answers beforehand. So if you wish to ask any question, please feel free to ask, and we'll try our level best to give the answers, or just to give a kind of information. So anyone from any new member, because you all are new members, you must know each and everything of our association. So any member, anyone, anything, feel free to ask. And if we do not get the questions, so it symbolizes two things. I believe you all know: all clear or all clear. So totally up to us. So please come forward and ask few questions by which we can again collaborate, as Dr. Sabnish has mentioned about. Today now we all are talking about education 4.0, and our association is talking about 4 C's. So any question? Anyone? Okay, let me ask then in that case any question. And may I please request any member of association, new chapter, anyone, why are you a member of ELT? Anyone, any new member, why did you invest 1,000 rupees, 3,000, whatever the membership? So why are you a member of our association? Anyone? Yeah, please, Dr. Ujjwala.
Okay. Actually, I'm a student of literature, but I'm always interested in linguistics. So let's see. I wanted to see what ILTI is doing, and what kind of research is taking place in language area. So I joined this ILTI. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. It means we need to be very, very careful. Now people are observing us and trying to find out what we are doing. And I'm very much sure with the help of all the members of our association, we are going to do wonders in terms of research also, and many other fields. So is there any question? Yeah, Dr. Jadhav.
Sir, I have attended one of the conferences by ELTI long back in 2012 at Vellamar College, Chennai. So I was excited about all this atmosphere and all these things, how people are going to present simultaneously, and so such a huge in number, and how the arrangements are being done in different 25 blocks there, where people were speaking and we were attending, and all this organization, everything. So I thought it would be better to be a part, but I had no idea as such. And this time Dr. Kale has done some groundwork, and when he just told me regarding this, I joined this this ELT, and I am a part of it now. So thank you for all these
Yeah,
things.
thank you, Dr. Jadhav. And now I understand our association is not so complex to understand. That's why there is no question. Anyone can easily understand who are we and what we are doing. So there are no questions. So to proceed further, and I'm really very happy to have Dr. Sawant with us. And Dr. Sawant, once again, I wish to congrats. And on behalf of all the members of our association, we are happy and excited about your inputs and contribution to our association. Dr. Sawant, over to you. Please unmute.
Sir, you are
Please
muted.
unmute. Dr. Sawant, please unmute.
Yes, Honorable Professor Sattuvalli Mohanraj, Honorable Dr. P.N. Ramani, Dr. Sanjay Arora, National President, Dr. Shravan Kumar, National Vice President, Dr. K. Ilango, National Secretary, Dr. Ram Bhise, National Joint Secretary, Dr. J. Manga Wilson, National Convener Chapters, Dr. Vaibhav Sabnis, Convener Khande Chapter, and other honorable dignitaries holding different positions in English Language Teachers Association of India, my guru, Dr. M.A. Sheikh, former Principal Dr. Ashok Karande, former Professor Dr. Gokhale sir, Dr. Ingle ma'am, the office bearers and members of other chapters, the office bearers and members of our Satara chapter, respected invitees and friends. Indeed, it is my great privilege to address you today as the President of the Satara chapter of English Language Teachers Association of India, while presiding over the inauguration ceremony of this newly formed chapter. Until the last month, we, the English teachers of Satara district, had been working in our respective colleges independently and separately. Of course, many of us knew one another, used to communicate with another, but we lacked a bond that could make us a fraternity. One fine morning, Dr. Nandev Kale, the dynamic convener of our Satara chapter, formed a WhatsApp group titled Club English Satara. At first, just like many do, we started sharing merely the congratulatory and obituary messages. However, on one more fine morning, our another friend, Dr. Sanjay Dixit, one of the members of English Language Teachers Association of India, came up with one brilliant suggestion of forming the Satara chapter of this national level association. Immediately, many of our English teachers welcomed his idea and requested Dr. Kale to take initiative, collect the necessary information, and form the chapter as early as possible. Dr. Kale made several phone calls, talked with different office bearers, chapter heads of ELT. More than 50 teachers deposited the amount of membership with him, and the dream of a separate chapter of Satara district was finally materialized. Recently, we had our first meeting and selected our office bearers unanimously. And today, we have formally inaugurated our chapter. And I must say that the birth of this new chapter is a new beginning in the academic life of our English teachers. Of course, all our English teachers had been contributing significantly to teaching, research, and extension in their own ways, but this work lacked a direction. I am confident that the formation of Satara chapter is going to play a significant role in the life of each of its members. As an English teacher, I always felt a kind of a vacuum. Whenever I visited the former CIFL and the current IFLU, I used to miss the existence of such institutions in other states of India. I don't know why, but India established only one institution devoted to English language teaching in Hyderabad. Only few school and college teachers of English language complete certificate and diploma courses offered by this institution. Leave aside the English teachers completing their doctoral and other research in the actual premises of IPLU, Hyderabad. Under such circumstances, our association has done extremely commendable work of developing the network of the ELT expertise across India through its more than 50 chapters. Our association provides for the continuous professional development of its members by periodically organizing seminars and workshops for them. I have no doubt that the members of our Satara chapter are definitely going to be enriched once they start receiving the free copies of the association's bi-monthly journal, the Journal of English Language Teaching. The most important objective of our association is to provide a forum for teachers of English for exchange of views and experiences relating to the teaching of English at all levels of education. Towards that end, I'm absolutely certain that our chapter is going to develop a very close bond with the central body of our association and with the other chapters spread across the different states of our country. Let us, as the members of Satara chapter, take an oath today to make whatever small contribution that we can make to the noble purpose of taking the knowledge of English, this language of international communication, and no longer the language of the British masters, to the doors of the students and teachers of our Satara district. I congratulate Dr. Nandev Kale and his team of Satara chapter for undertaking this wonderful initiative. I also express my debt of gratitude to the office bearers of our association for enlightening our members regarding the future course of action of our chapter. Let me also take this opportunity to announce the first installment of my contribution of rupees 5,000 to the Satara chapter on this occasion of inaugural ceremony of Satara chapter. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Sawant, for your kind words and your great contribution. And as you mentioned that we try to accumulate the ELT experts across the country. I just want to mention one thing, that our association has 11 international associates. We have signed MOUs with PLT Philippines, Melta Malaysia, BELT Belta Bangladesh, GEN TEFL Thailand, Cam Tisol Cambodia, Korea Tisol Korea, HALL Hong Kong, BCTIL Canada, KAT Korea, Teflin Indonesia, and Nelta Nepal. And I'm very much sure and assured today when I saw your contribution, your dedication, and the enthusiasm of all the members of this chapter, definitely we are going to achieve the success, and we are going to write the success stories, not only story. So at the end, now the time has come where we all need to part, we all need to move ahead. But you all are free to call any one of us. All the numbers and email IDs are at the website, so feel free to call us anytime, any day regarding our association. Now, at the end, I would like to request Dr. Arvind Jadhav, the Secretary of Satara Chapter, to propose the vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir. I am here to propose vote of thanks, sir. First of all, I thank Honorable National President Dr. Sanjay Arora, sir, for gracing this inaugural function of our chapter and giving opportunity to start to form our own chapter at Satara. As I have seen that he is traveling through his car, and still he made it possible to deliver his lecture, and I appreciate all this and thank you, sir, again. I also thank National Vice President Shravan Kumar, sir, Dr. Shravan Kumar. After seeing you, sir, we are inspired too much even being a vice president, national vice president, you just not only remained present, but you just compared all these program, and such a humble persons are there in our ELT. So I witnessed this. I thank you, sir, so much for your being here and cooperating with us. Then I also thank National Secretary Dr. K. Elango. He has also guided us and with his words and informative comments regarding this. I also thank National Joint Secretary Dr. Ram Kishan Bishe sir, and just elaborating the history of ELT and everything, and even the future course, as Dr. Shravan Kumar has said already. So thank you, sir. I also thank Dr. Mangai Wilson ma'am for giving the idea of how these 56 chapters are operating throughout this India. So thank you ma'am for this elaboration. There are very members, special invitees for the ELT and working on different specialized needs of ELT. First of all, Professor Mohan Raj and Dr. Ramani sir, both of them have guided us on the different issues of ELT. We are benefited from this. Thank you, sirs. I also thank convener of another Khandesh chapter from our Maharashtra, Dr. Vaibhav Sabnis, for how he is doing all the work with his team in Khandesh. And I think it is the first chapter from Maharashtra, and then other 5 chapters has come into formation after this in Maharashtra. So thank you, sir. Then I just before turning to my chapter, I also thank other office bearers from other chapters, and I also mention the gratitude to Dr. Gokhale sir from Pune University and Dr. Leena Jadhav ma'am from Pune University for being present for this virtual inauguration ceremony. Now to my chapter, I thank President Professor Dr. Sunil Sawant sir for being here and then making his presidential address and guiding us on this occasion. So I am very much thankful to you, sir. Then I must thank Vice President of our chapter, Dr. Satish Saikar, sir, for being here and stating his work, how he is doing. I also thank my colleague, Joint Secretary, Dr. Sachin Kamble, sir, for being here. Then I also thank our treasurer, Dr. Ujwala Tate ma'am. She is always with greater enthusiasm. She helps and attends many conferences I have witnessed. Thank you, ma'am, for being here. I also thank, that is already Professor Sawant sir, as he mentioned, our dynamic convener of our chapter, Dr. Kale, for formation of this and giving us opportunity to work under his dynamic leadership. I also thank Dr. M.A. Sheikh sir, principal, and Principal Dr. Ashok Karande sir for gracing this and for being remain present for this virtual inauguration, sir. Thank you, sirs. There are many different hands behind the curtain. They are operating and they are just pushing us forward. We have honorable 3 Senate members of our Shivaji University, Kolhapur. I would like to mention them. First of all, I mention Professor Dr. Satish Ghadge sir for being here and attending this virtual inauguration ceremony even from the hospital. Thank you, sir. I also thank Dr. Rajendra Thorat sir, another Senate member, honorable Senate member, for being here. And I also thank Dr. Manoj Gujar sir for always guiding us from behind the curtain. There are also my teachers. Dr. Sheikh sir is here and attending this virtual program. There are of course, other office bearers from the national and even the office bearers from other chapters. I can able to view some of them, but I can't take all the names. So I thank them all. And most importantly, the honorable members of this Satara chapter, without which this program and even the further activities are not possible. I am very, very much thankful to all the members of Satara chapter and being present for this ceremony. If I missed any name, please pardon me. I thank one and all, and with the permission of all the office bearers of national and these regional chapters, I declare this program is over. Thank you, one and all. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Jadhav. Thank you so much. And once again, at last, our heartiest welcome goes to you all members, and congratulations on being part of our growing and dynamic team here. Thank you, everyone.